everyone, Group 5 here, and my name is Mihameda Kalipapa, along with my group members Johnny Cabalfin, Charles Parlero, Baimonera Kabilangan, and Alliah Escariio. Today we want to show you how you can create an interactive dashboard in Microsoft Excel. With a dashboard, you can showcase the most important information to your organization, and best of all, it's actually really easy to set up. You don't have to know any VBA and you don't have to install any add-ins.
First, let's check our data. As you can see, these are all the present data that we will be using to create an interactive dashboard later on. First, let's go to Insert. Now, let's click Table. Here, it says that we will create a table to organize and analyze related data. Then, when you click it, it will show this prompt. Make sure that you check My Table has headers so that it will become more organized later on when you make a table. After that, let us click OK. Then our data will turn into table and be created in another sheet. After that, let's click again the Insert and make a pivot table. Here a prompt will show up, and it'll ask us if what we'll be using is the current table or where the table is, and if we need to make a new worksheet. Then click OK. After clicking OK, our pivot table will be created in a new worksheet. After that, let's rename our current sheet into a Profit by Country and Cookie. That is the first thing, or the first thing that we'll be creating in an interactive dashboard. Here at the right side, we'll put the fields into their corresponding area. First, let's put country into the rows. As you can see, all of the country are in the rows label: India, Malaysia, Philippines, UK, and US. Next is the product. Let's drag the product into the columns. Now we can see that all the products are in the column area. Next, let's put profit into the values. Now all the profit are in the values area. As you can see, all of the numbers doesn't have a number sign like Philippine peso, dollar, Now let's select all the values and go to home, and in this area we could select the number sign which is the dollar sign and reduce the decimal into we could reduce the decimal in number. It doesn't have decimal para walang magulo. Okay, walang magulo. As you can see, medyo di pa siya sorted. So the next we will be clicking at the last value or last column and sort. Then sort from lowest to highest, or from highest to lowest. You can sort the numbers from highest to lowest. Now the total number has been sorted, and as you can see, isosort din natin yung nasa baba. Then yes, it's all sorted na. Sobrang saya. After we sorted our data, we'll be creating a pivot chart. Now let's go to pivot table analysis, and let's click pivot chart. Now we'll create a pivot chart based on the table that we made. Here I selected the stock column so that it will represent the profit of every country of the cookies that we sell. It's the profit per country. And now we will edit our stock column chart. Here, as you can see, this is all the representation of the profit per country. Now we will edit the pivot chart. As you can see, this is the representation of the table that we made. We can edit our design, but first let's go to the add chart and chart title, and let's add a chart title. Let's name it profit by market and cookie type. I don't want my chart to have this, so we will remove this one. Let's right click, then hide all the buttons of the chart. Now all the buttons are gone. Yay! After all this editing, we will copy this pivot chart and paste it at the dashboard. Voila! This is the pivot chart that we've created and pasted in interactive dashboard. Now we will create another pivot table. Let's rename this one Units Sold Each Month. Now let's drag the date into rows and units sold into values. Here, as you can see, we'll edit this one just like before, to with number sign or remove the decimals. Yeah, like it's up to you what you like. What you like, because you sort it out, anything you want. Now let's create a pivot chart. I selected here a line chart so that it'll represent the date and the units sold each month. Just like before, let's edit this out, and yes, remove the buttons. And after that, we will copy this one and paste it at the dashboard. And let's align this one. Thank you. Then after all this editing, we will create another pivot table in the other sheet, and we will name this one Profit by Month. Now we will drag the date into the rows and profit into the values. Now, just like before, you can choose to edit it out at the home and yes, at that field. Just like editing it out with number sign and removing the decimals. Now let's go to Pivot Table Analyze and create a pivot chart. Here I also selected another line chart so that it will represent the date and the sum of profit. Yeah, it looks so ethical and looks so professional. Yeah, just like before, we will edit this out. Let's change the name into Profit by Month. Then let's remove this legend right here, and let's remove the buttons at the bottom left. Remove. I hide it from the field. Yes. Now let's copy this and paste it at the dashboard. Here, after pasting it, we'll align this one with the other.
In creating a dashboard in Excel, we can use different alignment tools. For example, let's align the two charts, profit by market and the units sold each month. So let's select them and go up to the top tabs called Shape Format. As you can see, over the right hand side, when you click the Align, we have a different alignment object tools like Align Left, Center, Right, and more. So these tools allows you to change the placement of your selected objects on the page. So I want the two charts to align to the top, so I select Align Top, and then now we are already aligned at the top. So everything looks nice and organized. Along with the settings alignment, we could also specify the exact dimension of your charts. We can see the precise height and width. this perfect if you want your different charts to be exact same height and width. So now let's go to adding a timeline and slicer. So let's select one of the items or the charts and go up to the pivot chart analyze. As you can see, there's the option insert slicer and also timeline. And first, let's insert timeline within the timeline prompt. And here, there's a pop-up window called insert timelines. I select a date and click on OK. So this insert a timeline slicer. So let's select this and drag it to the left hand side. I'll just adjust the time dimension so it sits alongside with the different items for the slicers. So let's add some additional slicers. Once again, select the same charts, profit by market and the cookie type. Go up to the pivot table analyze and select the insert slicer. Within the pop-up dialog, I select both country and the product because I want to quickly be able to filter my data by the country and the product. Then click on OK. So this now insert two slicers. So before we bring this over to the left hand side, let's clean them up a little bit. When you look at this list, it's pretty obvious that these are all countries, so we don't need this header says country. Just right click your slicer item, select slicer setting, turn off the display header and click OK. The same for the product. So now I resize these two slicers so that it fits the different slicers items. And now I can drag these two slicer over onto the left side along with the timeline slicer. So as the earlier mentioned, let's align these slicers to look perfect. I'll select this timeline and I can see the width. Set it to your preferred size. So I set the same width for the other slicer so that they all have exact same width. And that looks clean now.
So how can we make sure that all of this slicer is being updated with a single tap? First, it's like right click at the slicer and click report connection. Here we can see all of the slicer, and as you can see, not all of them has a check prompt. And at the left side, let's all click the check box and press OK. So now when you click the slicer, all of the pivot chart will be updated. Let's click Philippines now. It's all being updated now. Yay! Amazing!
Pag gagawa ng new data, click lang natin yung new data sa baba and makikita natin dun lahat na existing data. Copy lang natin, then i-click ang datasheet sa baba and go all the way to the bottom of the table. So dito, makikita natin yung ginawang pivot tables, then paste natin yung new data. After this, click natin yung dashboard and we want to make sure na yung latest data is makikita. Gawin lang natin is i-click into one of these pivot charts and sa taas, makikita natin yung pivot chart analyze and makikita dito yung refresh. I-click lang yun and makikita na sa dashboard lahat ng mga latest data.